Welcome back to my microlearning on HBR's 10 must reads on emotional intelligence. Today it's about emotional agility, not getting hooked by our own thoughts. Sometimes we can't stop difficult thoughts and emotions. I'm going to mess this up. My boss is ignoring me. I'm failing at home and at work. The problem isn't that these thoughts show up. The problem is when we get hooked by them like a fish on a line and they start driving our own behavior. Emotional agility is the skill of noticing those thoughts and feelings, holding them lightly and then acting based on your values, not your mood. Segment 1, the core idea. David and Concleton found that many smart leaders respond to inner discomfort in two unhelpful ways. 1, they buy into their inner stories as facts. That means, I always fail at this. Better not take the risk. Or 2, they fight and suppress them. I shouldn't feel this. I just need to be positive. Both approaches waste energy and narrow options. Emotional agility means approaching your inner experience in a mindful, values-driven, and productive way. They propose 4 practices. 1, recognize your patterns. 2, label your thoughts and emotions. 3, accept them. And 4, act on your values. Segment 2, recognizing your patterns. First question that should come into your mind is, how do I know I am hooked? Signs that you are hooked by your thoughts includes 1, your thinking becomes rigid and repetitive, same story on loop. 2, the story feels old like a rerun. Here we go again and again and again. 3, you avoid certain tasks, people or conversations in predictable ways. Let's know about Cynthia. Cynthia worked 50 hours a week while her peers did 80. And had 2 young children at home. She constantly told herself, I am failing at work, I am failing at home. Her inner record replayed the same guilt stories every day, and she stopped putting her hand up for exciting projects and felt guilty when she was with her family. She began to see, this is a pattern, not objective truth. Recognizing the pattern is like seeing the hook in your mouth for the first time. Segment 3, which is step 2, labeling thoughts and emotions. When we are hooked, our thoughts and feelings fill the whole screen. Labeling creates space. Instead of, I am a terrible manager, try, I am having the thought that I am a terrible manager. Instead of, he disrespected me, I am furious, we must try, I am noticing anger and the thought that he disrespected me. By saying, I am having the thought or I am feeling, you first turn facts back into mental events and 2, see them as a data, not directives. It's a small language shift that changes your relationship with your inner chatter. Segment 4, that's step 3, accept, don't wrestle. Acceptance here is not liking or agreeing with the feeling. It's letting it be present without immediately acting on it or pushing it away. Allowing it as information. Something important is at stake. Fighting emotions, that is, I must not feel anxious, often makes them louder, like trying not to think about a white bear. When you accept, you free up the energy you were using to argue with yourself. Segment 5, and that's step 4, act on your values. Once you have unhooked, you get to ask, what action serves my values here in the long term? David talks about workability. Is your response going to work for you and others over time? Not. What will shut these feelings down faster? But what would the leader or parent or colleague I want to do right now? Values are your anchor when emotions are noisy. You might value growth, fairness, learning, family, contribution, courage, etc. Let's understand a case study. Cynthia and Jeffrey, 2 ways to get unhooked. Cynthia from guilt loop to value-based choices. We already met or read about Cynthia earlier. High-performing lawyer, 2 kids, drowning in guilt. She recognized her pattern, the same. I'm failing everywhere, story repeating. She learned to label it. I'm noticing the thought that I'm not doing enough as a mother and as a lawyer. Instead of trying to silence the guilt, she accepted. Of course, I have mixed feelings. I care about both domains. Then she looked at her values. Deep commitment to her family. Deep commitment to justice and meaningful work. She made specific, values-aligned choices. Protecting dinner with her family, no emails, no calls. Still saying yes to a few high-impact cases that reflected her passion for justice, even if that meant missing the occasional school event. Her circumstances didn't magically change, but her relationship with her guilt did. She felt more at peace because her decisions lined up with her values, not with her fear. Segment 6, Jeffrey from explosions to productive anger. Jeffrey was a rising executive, constantly angry at bosses, peers, and subordinates. He would blow up in meetings, then get warned to control his temper. At first, he tried to suppress his anger, pretending it was not there, which only made him more tense and explosive later. With emotional agility practices, he recognized his pattern, the same story. People don't respect me, they are incompetent, triggering the same reaction. He labeled it, I'm having the thought that my team is letting me down. I'm feeling anger and frustration. Accepting the emotion as a signal, something important like quality or accountability, mattered to him more. Then he asked, what response fills my values as a leader? Instead of yelling, he started making clear requests, offered support, and addressed issues one-on-one. His anger became energy for action, raising standards, clarifying expectations without the collateral damage. He didn't become emotionless, he became emotionally agile. Micro takeaway, segment 7. We can learn a simple 4-step mental script that we can use this week. Number 1, I notice I am hooked. This story feels old and repetitive. Number 2, I am having the thought that, or I am feeling Number 3, it's okay that this is here. What might this be signaling? And number 4, given my values, what is one small action that's workable right now? Emotional agility doesn't mean silencing your inner voice. It means learning to hear it, hold it lightly, and then lead from your values instead. Stay tuned to my 9th episode of Microlearning on HBR's 10 Must Reads on Emotional Intelligence. This is Rajani Ramkumar signing off.